show you guys what I was working on last night. I think Jund is just not good, to be honest. I just don't think the green's worth it. I kept boarding out my green cards. But basically, this is... When you go black, you get Cruelty of Gix, which is just a better card generically than Invoke Justice is. It's also good in the Atraxa mirrors because you can Cruelty your opponent's Atraxa out of their yard. So I do like being a Cruelty of Gix deck. But there's a lot of Soul Transfer was pretty good, too. But I think I'm going to cut the green cards. We're not going to do this. Probably should have made a copy of this deck, but whatever. We're not going to do the Titan of Industry thing either. The Yixinator. We're not playing Yix either. Sorry to disappoint here. Okay, and Soul Transfer, although good, probably not necessary. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to go to 2 Cruelty of Gix because I want more sorceries to hit off Atraxa, and there is a 5-mana Reanimate that proliferates when it enters that I think we're going to try. I also think I'm probably going to cut Shelly. Okay, and we want black. And it's a 5-mana Reanimate spell. It's from your graveyard. It's not the one we want. Black Sun's Twilight is actually really interesting, too. Oh, it's got to be mana value X. Okay, never mind. I thought if you did it for 5, you could return any creature. I guess that would be kind of broken. Probably good it doesn't do that. Where is the card I'm looking for? There's like no way I haven't drafted one. I guess maybe there is. I've never played it in draft, so I think that I've never opened one would be absurd. Where is this card? You know what? Let's do this. Proliferate. I know it has Proliferate on it. There it is. Target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control proliferates. So we're going to play a couple of these so Atraxa can hit that. It's awkward having the Cruelty, Fable, and Bitter Reunion as all enchantments to hit. No One Left Behind is interesting if you're playing Blood Tide. That is true. Alright, so we're going to do that. Then, I think I'm really interested in potentially trying Grixis. I know it says Jund right now, but I kind of want to move this to Grixis, because then I can just keep playing. I can play all the good Grixis cards. I can, like, play a good Planeswalker. Also can loop Atraxa if need be, which is kind of funny. Play at least one of these. It's also a hit on Atraxa, which is nice. Not sure if it's the best Planeswalker we can be playing, but I think it's certainly a good one. So 1 Kaito. Then we have to debate between Wandering Mind and Corpse Appraiser. I think I'm going to do 2 of each. Wandering Mind I like a lot because it's really good with Kaito, but it also finds us big. It's going to make us way more consistent at finding. Like, this sees a lot more cards than Corpse Appraiser does, which I'm a pretty big fan of. Maybe do something like this. And then I might want a little bit more removal. I might play like 1 Bankbuster in the main, so we have an artifact to hit on our Atraxa as well. So just main deck, we can just hit every card type. We've got land, planeswalker, instant, sorcery, enchantment, creature, artifact. So we can literally draw 7 on Atraxa. It won't happen all that often, but it certainly could. I also think I'm still going to try 1 Soul Transfer. That card was pretty cool. And then I think I'm going to play 1 more removal spell. I think I'm going to main deck a Cut Down. So something kind of like this is what I'm thinking for Grixis. And then obviously we'll have to edit the mana here. But this is kind of where I want to go with this. What's interesting, though, about Corpse Appraiser over Wandering Mind is Corpse Appraiser is generically a better card, and it also bins the cards you look at, so I can just throw Atraxas in my graveyard by playing Corpse Appraiser. What does no one do? Does it hit my opponent's graveyard? If it doesn't hit my opponent's graveyard, I'm less interested, because I think it's really important in these mirrors to be able to hit your opponent's yard. But let's no one left behind, right? 5-mana spell. See, that's a pretty big problem. 3 less. Huh. But it is a lot better if you're reanimating Corpse Appraiser. That's kind of interesting. I'll tell you what, we still have 2 Cruelty. You're right, this is kind of sick that it's so much cheaper. I also think just because it's generically a better card, I'm going to play 4 Corpse Appraiser. This also hits my opponent's yard if they're trying stupid stuff with it. But what's cool about doing this is we're going to get counter spells post-board too, which is really, really good in this kind of deck. Yeah, so I think we want our main deck spells to look something like this. You like this a lot by just looking at it? That's sweet. Yeah, I know it looks sweet to me too. I'm excited to try it out. All right, so sideboard, I still like those. I don't like Duress nearly as much now that we have access to blue. Terra Sunder, obviously, we won't play. Unleash the Inferno, we won't play. All right. I might still keep a single Duress, but I definitely want counter spells. The question is, do we want to play Make Disappear, or are we just going to simply play Negates and Strokes? I kind of just want to play the hard counters, just not mess around. Negate is, like, very, very good in this format. I think I'm going to play, like, 3. And then I'm going to play 2 Stroke. I kind of want another generic, like, removal spell, I think. Maybe another Cut Down. Probably would not hate another cheap removal spell. Hey, something like this. And then obviously we have to work on the mana here. Get out of my deck. Get out of my deck. Those all stay, I believe. I need to look at my other Grixis mana base. I have Grixis already built. So let's pause on this real quick. I mean, we're going to play, obviously, Xander's Lounge is a 4 of. That doesn't take a genius to figure that out. All the other stuff out in a second. These out. These out. These out. Okay. So, I think it was some number of Dark Slick. I think I had 3 of these. And then we'll figure out if we can actually hardcast Atraxa without treasures in this deck. We probably can. We're going to have to get a little ambitious, I think, but we can probably figure it out. Probably involves playing some more Triomes. Okay, we'll get back to that. I just need to look at the other mana base real quick to remember. That's the wrong one. Here we are. Okay. Oh, sure. Otawara. 3 Shipwreck Marsh. Makes sense. I think we're going to cut these lands in this deck so we can play... These are going to be the lands that we don't play, so we can try to play the splash for Atraxa. And we're just not going to play as many swamps either. So all that still makes sense. All this still makes sense. Go back. 3 Shipwreck Marsh. 1 Otawara. Okay. So, Marsh. Otawara. I might legit only play one swamp in this deck. Alright. So I guess we could just play black lands that enter untapped at 3+ and add a white. It's going to make our early turns more awkward, but we could just play the black-white land and then the black-green land. So we could play Glade, or we could play Triomes, and maybe that's a little better. So it's not a Triome. What's the name of the Naya one? Garden, Jetmir's Garden. It's like an okay one. What about the Jund one? The Jund one adds 2 of our colors in green, so that's probably the one we want to do. Probably 2 of these, and then 2 of the land that when it enters, that it can enter untapped in white. Tap for white, black, white. And that one is Sanctum. Okay. So that way we have 2 green, 2 white, and then all our blue-black. So similar to what we were doing yesterday. It's possible this deck should actually be up a land. I could definitely see playing 1 additional land in this deck. Probably be over the cut down. Then I'd probably play 1 more swamp. It's just going to make our mana a little less awkward in the early turns of the game. Oh, I can also play the red-black Pain land isn't even in my deck right now either, which is probably wrong. Yeah, I'm going to... So this is how many lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Celestis could be interesting, too. I could definitely buy Celestis. I think for... That's actually a really interesting consideration. The only thing I don't like about it is it's not a 2-drop, and Bankbuster is just so generically good. I think for now we're going to do the Bankbuster, but the Celestis is something I'd be willing to try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 11, 15... plus 10. Yeah, I think we should probably be a 26-land deck, honestly. So I'm probably just not going to main deck the cut down. We'll still have that sideboard cut down. And I'm going to play one of the Pain lands. And it's Sulphurous Springs. Throw an Atraxa in here, or Vraska. Vraska could be better than Kaito. I think I'm going to do Kaito for now. But I agree Vraska's at Sushi. Oh, because when this thing dies, you get a bunch of treasures. Huh. That's kind of sweet. You know what we can do later? I'm not going to do this right now. Let's test this out. But we could play a Deadly Dispute at Sushi deck. We could, like, play Deadly Dispute to ramp into Atraxa as well. That's kind of interesting to me. It's pretty cool, though. That's a good idea. That does sound pretty hot, I agree. We'll do that later. And that one's just going to probably be straight red-black, I guess. No Grixis. Probably make it much easier to build. I don't know, maybe we'd still be Grixis. Getting Corpse Appraiser is awesome. I mean, this card is unbelievable. And Kaito's nice, too. Alright, well, this is what we're going to do. It's also nice that in Grixis, you're just playing 2 of the colors in Atraxa's mana cost rather than 1. Like, that red-white deck, literally, your base color is for Atraxa, and then your other base color doesn't cast Atraxa. So the only way to hardcast this is off of 3 splashes. This deck only needs to hardcast off 2 splashes, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I think this is where we're going to go with this. I like this a lot. This should be fun. Let's see what we can do here. I'm going to save. And we're going to see if we can hit Mythic. We're 2 wins away, actually. Grixis Atraxa. Play Widespread Thieving, since you're into the bad hideaway cards. Oh, I'm not into them. We played that because I knew Stormy would enjoy it. I hate that deck. That is never a deck I would play at. I don't even know that I'd play it at FNM. I don't even have that much fun when I play that deck. There's just too much air is the problem I have with that deck. You're like 8 elves, 23 lands, and then like Rotting Regisaur is terrible without Fight Rigging, and Fight Rigging is pretty bad without Regisaur, and just like there's just so much awkwardness in that deck. It's different than like playing an 8 elf deck and then just playing 4 Chariots and 3 to 4 Nissas and just a bunch of generically good cards, which is what we did the one time we played Green Black. And got a 4-1, I believe, with Green Black. We were like playing the Glissa into the Chariot into the Nissa. Like that was a really nice explosive curve. Like I'm willing to play Green Black, just not Fight Rigging anymore, I don't think. I've got a lot of lands. It's a little awkward. We can maybe cycle one of them though. Yep, I agree, Walsh. I agree. I'm really unexcited by this hand, but I think it still might be a keep. We could probably do better than this, right? This hand just doesn't... I don't know. It needs a lot of things to go right. It does nothing. Yeah, we'll mull. Alright. Alright, this hand is good. So it was a good mulligan. They're just going to get rid of the Otawara here. Yeah, definitely the Otawara. Blackcleave Cliffs into Dark Slick Shores into Shipwreck Marsh here. The best part is we just look like normal Grixis until we just turn into not normal Grixis. It's going to be awesome. 3-2, go. Yeah. Playing Esper stuff. Combat. Not my Harvester, please. Anything but that. Shipwreck Marsh, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker, go. Whoa, okay, this guy's playing the gauntlet. He means business. Alright, we're pitching both of these, I think. I think. There's like, I mean, a world where one of them might end up being... Need one to cast? Yeah, I know. That's the thing about it, but... I think it's just so greedy to keep them. I'm just going to pitch them both. We have 4 ways to reanimate this card. We still have another one in the deck, too. I'm a monster? Oh my god. You're a monster for trying to convince me that keeping these is okay? I guess. I mean, yeah, that is true, but we have to pitch a land here, too. I guess it's probably the Springs, although Springs entering untapped lets me cast... No, I need the untap mana. Alright, whatever. I'll listen to you, chat. We'll be Greed Lords. Okay, that's a pretty good draw, things considered. Combat. I probably just want to blow this up, right? Whenever you cast it on a creature spell. We don't have to blow this up yet, I guess. That card is so sick. It is sick, I agree. We're just going to pass. Alright, I'm going to blood the other Atraxa away. This is a little ridiculous, I think. Because what's going to happen is my opponent's just going to kill my... Well, I guess maybe they're going to kill the Fable. Alright, let's do this. This is first. Destroy this. Hopefully he, like, spews a counter on it for no reason. That'd be amazing. Oh, does he get in a... I thought he had to target something in play. That's disgusting. Oh, no, he does. Okay, it does work the way I thought it did. All right, now that I know I'm not casting this Atraxa anytime soon, I'm going to pitch it. The good news is I can just soul transfer it back to my hand anyway. This is like kind of a free... Okay, interesting. Okay, so check this out. This is going to be a fun little play here. We have to go soul transfer. I don't even know if I'm supposed to do this yet, though. It's the weird thing, but I kind of want the Atraxa in my hand to pitch to the reunion. Yeah, I'm going to deal with this. I don't know. Like I said, I think we get this back. Yep, I agree. Okay, nice. Go ahead. Casually a green-white source away. Yeah, it's true. Play this Fable. No counters, nice. Go? I'm just going to say go. I'm kind of expecting another Wandering Emperor here. I'm really leaving both these cards in my hand to pitch. Go. Okay. Sure. Sure. Rude. Very rude. Very rude, opponent. Very rude. Well, now is if assuming they don't kill the goblin, we're... Oh my god. I'm gonna pitch these two. I guess... Yeah, I'm gonna pitch these two. Alright, well now we can hardcast Atraxa whenever we draw one. A little worried about him having a counter spell here, but we can't really play around it all that well. I guess if I attack, I can play around Make Disappear, so let's do that. I'm like certain he has the counter though. Sure. And even a Make Disappear gets me now too. He just sacks the 2/2 off. I wonder if I can just wait. He's playing a Planeswalker deck, like... He might just jam something eventually, right? Or we might be able to find another card that he would have to counter. I think I can afford to be patient. I don't know. Let's do this. Okay. Play this. Okay, he might not have a counter. It's interesting. Okay. That was kind of what I thought too, but... Yeah, we'll still like play like he has it, I guess. Try to not use Arena's face-up function as a bonus for ourselves. Because this immediately resolved. He didn't even consider countering it. It didn't even pause. So I think he might actually not have a counter. Okay. Well, we're going to get to Atraxa him. There it is. He tapped out. See if he makes a guy or zeros. Yeah, it's a good play. Zero there is definitely right. Well, we get to Atraxa haste, kill his Teferi here, so good luck. It's a good one, too. We also get to haste our Fable, which is comical, but... Alright, no one left behind. That one. We get to pick 5 cards, no one left behind. Takanuma. Big Score, Atraxa, Fable? I think I like that. Is this Atraxa card good? Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell, really. It is hard to tell if this is a good Magic card, you know? In a world of 2-for-1s, it'd be a 6-for-1. Yeah, that's very true. Giving it haste is just so obnoxious as well. Go. Oh, Lily of the Veil. Okay, you got me, man. I'll sack a reflection of Kiki Jiki. Mm-hmm. Sick Planeswalker deck, though. Oh, update the deck tracker. Yeah, I've got to wait for after this match, but yes, I will do that. What are the odds Reunion Tech stays silent till RC? It's like impossible. People aren't that bad. It's like so obvious. I've already run into other people doing it on ladder. I'm going to try and like keep it on the DL or whatever. Like I'll do it on, I mean, I probably shouldn't even be doing it on stream, to be honest. I think this Grixis deck is like really good. Like I thought of this last night. I was like, you know what? I think this is like a very real contender. But hopefully, you know, hopefully people just won't pay attention, I guess. He doesn't have any creatures. I have a Blood Tithe, though. I can hit my Blood Tithe and Corpse of Praise, which I think I like. Question is, which walker do I want to kill here? I have to be worried about Kaya, too. So maybe I just try to end the game. Maybe I just don't even care about his walkers. What's the over-under on copies of Atraxa in the RC top 8? I would say 12. That's my over-under. I would say... God, that's tough. I don't even know what... which one I... That's really tough. I would say under 12. One of those cards in your hand. Ooh, go for the throat's huge, because if he... Okay, so if he does have a Kaya and tries to hit Atraxa, I can kill my own Atraxa. It's, like, very legit here. I kind of just want to hit my land drops. I think I'm just going to... He could have Farewell, I guess. So maybe I just play Kaito. And plus on the 3-3 or something. I like that. I'll also just draw a card, but I'm getting a little low on cards. Down to 28 already. Yeah, we'll draw a card. I'm too... Now let's keep this in play. I couldn't decide. We're doing this, though. Gwynthos, I need to edit it. I need to edit it. Oh, he's killing my guy? Alright, sure. It's fine with me. Give me, until after this game. We'll do it after this game. I still think the go for the throat is actually real here. I'm just going to get rid of the big score. We just don't need this at all. So unnecessary. Just go for the throat that. I think I'm gonna... God, I'm so worried about getting Kaya. I think I just let this take 3. Kaya is just too bad for me. There's no way I can let that occur. Even though killing this does let me just, like, plus and then kill Lily. The Discord link doesn't work? Okay. That's something I'll have to edit. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good one. Yo, Will, how's it going, man? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Plus on one of these. Cruelty of Gix. Returning Atraxa. Hasting Atraxa again. Get 4 more here. That take a Corpse Appraiser. A Cruelty of Gix. A big score. And we'll take a white source now. Why is our opponent still playing this game? Dude, I have no idea. Farewell, I guess. They probably have Farewell. So I get to haste everything. So I'm going to do this here as well. One of those into your hand. I guess we take the big score. And we're just going to haste the house. Combat. This at you. Honestly, I think I just go all at my opponent. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe both these go at a walker, actually. Let's go ahead and remove the Wandering Emperor. And I can't double Kaito, which is a little sad. Oh, you know what? If I just do a go for the throat here, I just win, don't I? Let's just do that, huh? Let's just kill our opponent. How about that? I don't have to worry about the Kaya anymore because the game's over, so kill you. Good game. Alright, nice. Atraxa, folks. Fun one. Alright, negates and strokes. Seem pretty good against this guy. Removal sucks. I could leave in a braid for that silly artifact, but I just think I'm just going to counter all his planeswalkers. If they're dead, we can't draw more cards. That's true. So anyway, here's the deck list. For those that are interested, this is kind of what we got going on here. I don't even know what I'm supposed to, like, have and not have in my deck. The whole deck, like, looks awesome. Like, maybe it's just... I was going to say big score, but... that one seems pretty good, too. Just cut big score. Okay. And then, like, maybe one Harvester. Or maybe one Reanimate spell. Yeah, they probably do. They might trim one Reanimate spell here just because my opponent is probably packing a bunch of Farewells. Let's try this. Did I have Duresses in my board? I missed it. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it, man. I forgot I left Duresses. I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have. I should have no Duress. I just want all counter spells instead of Duress. So if there are any Duresses, I wish they were more counter spells. We'll change that after this. I have no blue mana, which is a little awkward, but I think this is still a keep. I'm going to keep this. I like Blood Tithe on 2. We will find blue mana eventually. The game's going to take forever. That's a really good draw as well. I think I want to play this to have green, but maybe not for Atraxa later. I think I am going to play it. Go ahead. Okay, that's a good one. Blood Tithe Harvester into Bitter Reunion. Probably has a kill spell here. It'd be unfortunate, but oh well. Oh, he didn't. Okay, that's huge. Not having removal there is really nice for me. Corpse Appraiser is pretty good here too. Combat. Attack. I really don't want him to counter this Bitter Reunion at all. So part of me thinks maybe we just blood. Thing is though, I don't even know like what I want or don't want yet. I'm just gonna play this and say go. The problem is like I want all my lands. I want to play this on curve. I'm just gonna do nothing. Sure, that's fine. Let's just save the blood for later. Let's play a Bitter Reunion next turn. We can get around Make Disappear. Okay. I would like to untap blue source. Let's do this. He counters it, whatever. I'm going to pitch a Corpse Appraiser here. Okay, beautiful. Now we get to leave up Negate. Oh, sure, that's fine. Certainly not countering that. Yep, that's fine. Go ahead. Next turn, we'll see what we decide to do. Absolutely the hell not. Alright, so that, now we're just going to do all 3 chapters of this. So I'm going to play this, look at his hand, rip a Planeswalker out of it. Then next turn I get the Demonic Tutor. Okay, Liliana out of here. So I mean, he gets to Farewell, but it's like not even that good at all. He's literally like, this is a Farewell where he got 2 for 1. Like, this doesn't really matter. Yeah, sure. Alright, now I get to play Bankbuster with Negate up. Alright, I'm really feeling this deck. This deck is sick. Love getting the access to the blue for the counters. It's so busted. Okay. Alright, there's the white source. We can hardcast Atraxa now. Play this. Probably Bitter Reunion pitching that land. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Go. Can draw a cycle or draw a negate, depending on what he does. He could sneak in a Wandering Emperor, but I don't even know how much I care. I guess I care enough that I probably should. Well, I would not even counter Wandering Emperor, I don't think. I think that one's, like, very beatable. Okay, I'm just going to keep hitting my land drops. Just going to play another Bankbuster and then go draw, negate. Nice. Alright, well, that was easy. Alright, one more win will get us into Mythic. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put this list on the cardboard live. My bad for forgetting to do that. And let's also get that Duress out of our freaking sideboard. That should just be more counter magic. Probably. I mean, I guess, like, black is way easier than blue, so, like, maybe 1 Duress is fine. How many do we have? 1? 2? 2 is too many. Newgrange, it is, yes. Yes, yes. Honestly, may I leave one and then play another cut down? I like having 2 of these post-board. I don't like the counters because they're not 2-for-1s. I know, that's my problem too. Anything that's not a 2-for-1 makes me really sad. But I'm kind of into this. All right, so this is gonna be the list. So save. Export. And we'll put this on our Cardboard Live. Control V. Looks good. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Submit. Okay. All right, let's see if we can hit Mythic. Vanagon, it's busted. It is a busted frickin' Magic card, man. Very not okay. Okay, opponent's on a multi-6. Oh, if this is mono-white, good luck. Good luck, mono-white. It is mono-white. That's exactly what we want to be playing against right here. I typically don't like Blood Tithe very much in this matchup, so I think I might actually just Bitter Reunion pitch it, because I really need to hit a land drop. But I think I'm going to do that. Okay, perfect. Now you go Fable, Fable, Fable. Pretty good, turns out. Sure. Yep. It's fine. I could Corpse Appraiser to, like, guarantee my land drop. That's actually interesting now. Fable, Fable, Fable is just so tempting, though. He is indeed a big boy. He also draws you a lot of cards and is really good to give haste to. Fable should be able to also hit our land. Because we're putting Atraxa into play and the mono white deck is not. That's true. This format is so ridiculous, dude. I cannot believe how stupid it is. I kind of want to hit my lands. I'm just going to play Corpse Appraiser here. I think this is the more disciplined play. It also doesn't get Lorand. Okay, I'm going to put the land into my hand. Could take the Abrade, but it's just greedy. Let's just make sure we're hitting our land drops. Pitches Bankbuster, returns Bankbuster. Yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to maybe take a Braid is I figured that was coming, but whatever. It's fine. Oh, okay, more Bankbusters. Hey, dude's going to be breaking the bank, that's for sure. A lot of bank busting going on. Can't crew this, a fairly free attack. Sure. Oh, just debating if he wants to block. I see. What? Does that mean Extraction Specialist? It could mean Sarah Paragon too, I guess. Fable, go. That was a very strange block. I think it signifies that he has a Sarah Paragon or an Extraction Specialist in his hand. Specialist kind of weird in the main deck, though. I played it for a while, but just, like, it's not good against the Mirror. It's not very good against Grixis because of Corpse Appraiser. They're a really awkward card. It is. It's horrible into Second Appraiser. Alright, well... I don't even... My hand is, like, so good. I don't even know what I'm supposed to discard. It's probably big score and... something? Kaito... I don't think it's Kaito. Kaito's really good against the white deck, and I guess they do have 2 Bank Busters, so they can pressure it that way. We can always buy back the Kaito, too, I guess. What if we just go big score Kaito? And then we can go, well, I guess if we go kill your guy, he fires up the bank. It's kind of annoying. I guess I can attack and then kill it in combat. That's probably the play. Are we doing Pioneer later today? No more Pioneer today, Will. It's going to be Standard for the rest of the day. I'm going to start playing a lot more Standard. Maybe it's Kaito Fable, I guess. Sure. Got another Cruelty of Gix. Let's go. I could also just Cruelty them here. But probably better. The thing about getting on the board is you might just have a Farewell. I'm going to Cruelty him. Let's see what's in his hand. Let's get to do all 3 modes here. Pretty happy with that. Okay, no hits. A little awkward, but his hand is terrible. That's the good news. Kind of. It's kind of terrible. It's also, like... I don't know. All these banks are going to bury me. Thought the Cruelty made sense there, but maybe not. Maybe it wasn't a good play. I mean, we do just get to Demonic Tutor next turn, so that's pretty good, but... No, I know we're favored, believe me. I understand. This is one of my best matchups, I think. But... Sure. Need lay down arms, one of them, so I can't double block. God, I wish I would have go for the throated this and played another Fable. What? Oh, Wandering Emperor? So he drew a Wandering Emperor. Okay, no blocks. It's very obvious I have a Wandering Emperor in my hand play. So I thought. Okay, that's a pretty nice draw. Do I just go tutor a frickin' land? Could also just put an Atraxa in play and haste it. How am I discarding it? To big score? Oh, we still get a Fable, yeah. Alright, you're right. That's definitely the play. Oh, God, no, it was Chapter 3. Oh, that was poor. Alright, yikes. Okay, let's do this. It's fine. Combat. Attack. Trigger. What a stupid play. Why would you do this? You've literally seen a braid already. What are you doing? That's so annoying. It's going to work out here, but it's just a terrible play. Does let me deal with one of these, which is nice, I guess. I can go soul transfer that. He can't draw off it because he animated it. Does not have haste. And then I guess I just leave, go for the throat up on this. Thank you very much, Bendon. Appreciate it. I guess I can upkeep big score pitch this, so that is going to be what we do, I guess. Yes. Yes, Bendon, thank you. I just realized that myself. But you are very correct, sir. That is what I need to do. Okay, I'll gain 3. They'll never expect it, no. They actually won't, is the funny. I mean, they see Bitter Reunion, so they should assume something weird is going on. That's fine. I'm going to let him get another 1-1 off the 3-4 here rather than go for the throat. Saves me a good amount of life. Okay. Kill this. No blocks. I'll take fort. Okay, all 4 bank busters, huh? In the top 19 cards? That's realistic. Alright, well. Got an upkeep stop, big score. Pitching the Atraxa. Oh, no, dude. That is disgusting, opponent. Alright, well. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I can't give it haste is the issue. The issue is I can't give it haste. I mean, that's, like, pretty bad. because I can't give it haste, I'm... Yeah, but the issue is we're just exposing it to all their removal. But maybe it's still right. Yeah, it probably is still right. Just pray they don't have an answer. Alright. I'm in. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna die. I mean, they have 3 4/4s they can beat me down with. If they can remove this, we're like very dead. He has double crew on board. He has the pilot, and then. All right, so Odawara gives me most options there. Go for the throat seems good. Corpse Appraiser, Bitter Reunion. Draw these 4. No attacks. I don't really think I need 2 Corpse Appraisers, although that does get me on the board pretty well. Kaito, because we're too far behind. Maybe A land or A Bitter Reunion. I'm actually going to get rid of A Bitter Reunion. I think I want my land drops pretty badly. Yeah, we're just like very dead to ossification or lay down arms here. Or many, many other things too. Okay. Yep. That, I mean, I guess, like, if he minuses, no, he pluses, and then I only have 1 block. It's still not lethal if he doesn't have another removal spell, though. -4, sure. Okay, that's okay for me. That is beatable. This is actually still winnable here. Because now the foot's off the gas. I think that was probably a bad play from him. He just gave up a lot of board state. And now he can't attack, because if he attacks, they just get to kill the Wanderer. It's interesting. But not attacking means that if we draw like an Abrade, we get to kill a Bankbuster and kill his Wanderer, which is pretty awesome. Sure. Getting aggro over there. No blocks. Well, we just get to reanimate Atraxa again and haste it this time. And then gain 7. Sure. And deal with his Wanderer all at the same time. So, opponent's play pattern there. Probably going to get them killed. Also, no, I don't get to leave up go for the throat, sadly, but that's fine. Cruelty of Gix. Get the boy back. I still need green to hardcast more Atraxa, so I guess that's what we do there. We take another Atraxa, we take the Bankbuster, we take the Bitter Reunion. We sack this. We give haste. We send this here, and I think we just leave this back. Although pressuring, I mean, he can't cruise. Kind of a free 3 damage. I wouldn't block anyway. I'm actually going to attack. Are we winning yet? It's still not over. There's a lot of Bankbusters. It's a lot of cards over there. Don't really need... Oh, this is crazy. One of these can probably go. This can probably go. Yeah, I understand, opponent. Good lord. Actually, no. I think Bankbuster is kind of an important blocker, potentially. Bitter Reunion does let me haste Atraxa again. This is so difficult. I'm going to pitch a Corpse Appraiser. Maybe even 2 Corpse Appraisers, as weird as that is. I don't want a deck. You like discarding Fable? Okay, we could do that too. Those 3. It makes me feel gross. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of where this format's at, it looks like. Yeah, Atraxa's just everywhere. It's just such a good frickin' card, man. Pop that for 1 card. It's a huge win for me if he only draws 1 on that. But I respect it. You just, like, have to find Lay Down Arms or Ossification here. And if you don't, the game's, like, over. Another 14-point swing is just too much. Yep. Makes sense. All right, we're going to bring all these in. Bring in Stroke, bring in Negates, I think. Typically don't like the 1-for-1 removal that much. Harvester blows. I hate Harvester. Bankbuster, I think, is good if I'm trying to keep all the counters up all the time. All their removal exiles, so I might just be on the hardcast Atraxa plan in this match. That's how I've been playing it with white. So I assume similar logic holds here. Still think I need Go for the Throat for Sarah Paragon. Could actually see trimming a Corpse Appraiser, actually, too, because not that many creatures are going to end up hitting the yard, necessarily. A lot of exiling going on. We did win that game. It was closer than it looked, though. It really was. This is kind of weird, because usually I have Farewell. I'm used to having Farewell against the white deck. So this game plan might not quite work, because the lack of Farewell is probably going to be a problem. Could bring in a second Soul Transfer instead of a Corpse Appraiser, too. It might do that. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, outgrinding triple Bankbuster is pretty insane. I certainly agree. Oh, yeah, it was 4. Yeah, he did draw a 4. In the top 19, by the way. All right, well, we don't have blue mana, but we have Bitter Reunion and a Bankbuster and an Atraxa to put in the graveyard and everything else, so I'm certainly keeping this hand. Hand's perfect. It's good. It's a good hand. No question about it. Oh, it got even better. All right. That will be very good later. I think here I just play... You removed all your graveyard recursion. Well, remember, we still have like Corpse Appraiser and stuff to eat it, which is fine. Here I think I'm just going to play Bankbuster, and I think it's just Swamp. Play the blue source next turn. Loran here would really suck, but if he has it, he has it. Yeah, we actually can just cast it on turn 5, yeah, it's very true. I'm just going to play this and say go. The Stone Brain? Oh, that's kind of cool. Can I beat him if he takes Atraxa out of my deck? I think the answer is yes, to be honest, but maybe it isn't. I don't know. How do I win without Atraxa? Do I just have to counter this? It's certainly... I'm just going to counter it. Screw it. He doesn't get this. That's actually a really cool sideboard tech, though. That's a really good way for the white deck to beat Atraxa decks. It's good to take note of that moving forward. Play this, go. Sure. I'm not really in a rush to get the Atraxa into play. Sure, whatever. I think I'm just going to activate Bankbuster and just get my cards off the Bankbuster. Because I'm pretty happy with all my cards right now, so let's just play the long game. We can definitely play the long game post-board, sure. Yeah, play this, go. Exactly, Walsh, yep. I agree with that for sure. You can even sideboard Shieldred too, just like go all in on it. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Yeah, I think this is a really good shell, too. You just get to play, like, arguably the best deck in Standard with a stupid combo finish in it, too. It's, like, really broken. Another bank, but sure, dude. I'm eventually going to draw Brotherhood's End, and it's going to be awesome. We played 3, so I'm just going to do this. Okay, this is ridiculous. Alright. Please draw frickin'... Alright, let's see. He did just miss a land, which is kind of nuts. I'm having a big score pitch one of the Bankbusters here. I certainly don't need that many. It's a little ridiculous. Okay. It's a nice land drop. Now I can just hardcast Atraxa easily. Go. They are really good at drawing their Bankbusters, I agree. I'd like to be really good at drawing a Brotherhood's End and putting them away. Not gonna lie, I wish I could counter that. I would. If one of these was a make disappear, countering the hell out of that, but that's okay. Sure. Sure. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. Draw a card, make a treasure, get a guy, you have to discard. Lay down arms gets pitched. Oh, well, probably just going to be Atraxa and haste it this turn. We do get to do all of that, so I would imagine very likely what I'm going to do. I guess the first thing, we need another red source. So let's play this. Let's play Bitter Reunion. You'd rather hold up Negate? Dude, then I'm just going to die to Bank Busters, man. Almost assuredly as Destroy Evil. Oh. I guess you're right. So then we just... Okay, that's fine. So we're going to do this. We're going to play this, and then we're going to play another Bank Buster. Pitch the tap land here. Okay. Play this, go. Oh, I see. Well, hopefully this will work out okay. No idea if it will. I could have, I guess, go for the throated one of these pilots. That may have been a good decision that I did not make. Now, we're going to get the Destroy Evil out of their hand here is the good thing, I guess. Probably two of them. True. Exactly 10 Destroy Evils. That's funny. Well... I want to go for the throat, the farm hand here to not take that damage. I kind of do. Yeah, I do. I'm hoping that Atraxa can just hit Brotherhood's end and we can blow up all these Bank Busters and be in an infinitely better position in this game. Sure. Trying to hit that land drop, respect that. Okay. Alright. Play this. Probably. I think. I don't really have to play the land yet. I'm just going to play Atraxa. We still get to counter and all that. I'd like to play a different untapped land if I can. Well, every land we hit was tapped, so I guess I'm not going to get that luxury. We did hit the Brotherhood's end. We did hit a Kaito, big score, and Atraxa, and I guess this is what we want. Yeah, it might just be Xander's Lounge, actually. It's just better to land. Okay, I think it's better to just play this, give haste, attack for 7, can use the Brotherhood's End next turn to clean things up. I do not need big score at all anymore, and I probably also do not need... God, everything else is, like, pretty good, though. I would like to hit my land drop. That's probably just the Kaito. We've got enough card advantage, and I can get this back with Soul Transfer later. We're a little bit under the gun right now still, so... I definitely want all the counters. Those are probably going to matter. Guess I negate that. Make him have another answer. Sure. That sucks, but it's fine. Go crew. Attack. I'll just chump block at that point. Sweep up the table with Brotherhood's End here in a sec. I don't actually enough red mana to Brotherhood's End plus Fable. That really sucks, but we do get to hold up double D-Stroke, I guess, so it's fine. Sure. Okay. That was a really good draw. Do that. Play a Fable. Go. Okay. I'm just gonna take 2 here from that, more than likely. Sure. So really, we just need to hit another Brotherhood's End. Just clean the table again. We get another mana from attacking with this Goblin if he doesn't deal with it, and he's kind of incentivized to not deal with it because he knows I'm going to slam another Atraxa on him. The extra mana means I can Atraxa and hit the Brotherhood's End. We also get loots here too. Ooh, that's really good. Let's not even make the Atraxa play. We don't have to make the Atraxa play. I certainly think this sucks. Interesting. Attack your Emperor. Leaves up Brotherhood's End. Seems good enough for me. Oh my god, I missed. Yikes. Okay, that's disgusting. I could bid a reunion, and, well, I've already attacked. Ugh. Okay, go for the throat. Haunted Ridge, I've already got white mana in play. Wait, what did I not pick? Oh, the Bank Buster. Thank you very much, appreciate it. go. 2 cards. Baldarin, it's going to be, do the cardboard live link. It's going to be easier for you that way. It's easier for me that way, too. I'm going to get rid of Bankbuster. And one of my strokes, maybe? Because I just, like, have the combo kill coming up here. So wild, man. Alright, pitch these. Do your thing. Sure. Starting to get the feeling this isn't the right deck list. That's fair. Maybe it isn't. Sure. That's fine. The left side of your screen, Cardboard Live, should be right, though. Okay, this is fine. Go for the throat. We still have D-Stroke for another Emperor, so he doesn't have lethal from the Emperor here, which is what he's going to try and do. Yep, counter that trash. I'll go to 1. And then we'll probably win the game. Okay, so I play this. I play this. Take this. Take a lounge, I guess. Take another bitter reunion. Take a big score. Okay. 7U and kill your Emperor, I guess. Go. Discard a card. Don't need big score anymore. Yeah, now we just have the combo kill. He can, like, farewell or whatever, and then I just bitter reunion, Praiser, 6U, kill you. We'll show you the deck in a second here. Yep, there's the farewell, but he's dead anyway. Good game. God, this bitter reunion is disgusting, dude. Could discard, I just don't even have to. Oh, sure, no creature. Yeah, whatever. Kill you. Alright, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, we're mythic, folks. We did it. Mythic and constructed, mythic and limited. Just a mythic gamer over here. Mythic Gaming. Should change the title of the stream to Mythic Gaming. This deck is really disgusting. Anyway, for those asking for the deck list, thank you, Newgrange. That was a nice win. I agree. Especially when we missed on the Brotherhood's end on the Atraxa. That was pretty frustrating. But here's what we're doing. To give you some ideas of why we're doing this. So yesterday, so I guess let's start with the beginning. This weekend, there was a really good, like, red-white reanimate Atraxa deck with Invoke Justice that top-aided. There were multiple copies that top-aided. The deck looked really cool. We played that all day yesterday. We did a lot of tweaking with it. We made it a lot better than the original list. And then after I played that deck, like, all day yesterday, last night I ran into a Jund version that was using Cruelty of Gix, and they were reanimating my Atraxa with the Cruelty of Gix. So after I ran into the black version, I was like, well, okay, maybe we should just try playing black. And then I decided to throw the Atraxa in just normal Grixis, kind of. It actually has pretty good synergy with some of the stuff going on anyway. Corpse Appraiser fills your yard up, so you can just randomly bin Atraxas to Corpse Appraiser, which is already just a great card. Oh yeah, I like this a lot more than Jund too. You're just playing, I mean, Corpse Appraiser is insane. Kaito's great. And then you get counter spells. Counter spells are huge, right? I mean, if so many games post-board are going to come down to farewell, which they are, then I just want to be countering people's farewells when they try to farewell me. Because that's like the best way to beat the Atraxa deck, is farewell them. So if you just don't allow your opponent to farewell you, they're probably going to lose. And Kaya is also really good against Atraxa. So if you just like don't let those cards resolve and spend 2 mana for their 7 or 6 mana investments, they're going to struggle a lot. So basically, this is just the standard Grixis deck. Honestly, it's mostly just red-black, splashing Corpse Appraiser and Kaito, and then sometimes we can hardcast the Atraxa. But that's kind of what we got going on. Our mana base is built being able to hardcast this in mind, so we've got a couple green sources here, which is also just a red-black duel for us. And we got a couple white sources here. This is basically just like a basic swamp that adds white. And that's kind of the idea. Sideboard, we've got a lot of counter spells. I feel like this Duress should really just be another counter spell, honestly. The more I think about it, but I don't know. I guess we'll keep the Duress now. The mana efficiency is nice. But the deck list should be available on the Cardboard Live. Let me check, make sure I did it. But yeah, it should be on the Cardboard Live for you. Left side of your screen, there should be a link. I might end up playing a 4th Brotherhood's End, too. I kind of just really like having that 3-mana sweeper. Excuse me. Okay, Haunted Ridge on 1, Shores on 2, Ridge on... Yep, keep. Okay, mono white again. It's awesome. We're just going to put our Tri-land into play, I think. Into Dark Slick, into a couple ridges, probably. Okay, Farmhand's annoying, but... Hand is not particularly good against mono white. It's, like, fine. Just try and get them under some pressure. It might be a good way to play this game. Or make them use removal spells on these. That'd be fine, too. I like the 5-color version. That's fair. Which one? Because they're all basically 5-color, let's be honest. I'm just going to play another Harvester. Getting the blood is nice. But mainly just getting on the board, I think, is important. I could probably use a blood to pitch something here. We'll see what he does. If he attacks, I know he has Wandering Emperor. Okay, Wandering Emperor in hand, confirmed. Unless he's just bluffing, but I'm not going to assume that my arena opponent is bluffing Wandering Emperor here, so... Yeah, okay. They have a Wandering Emperor. That's fine. It's a really good draw. I don't really want to let him exile this. I'd rather just keep it in play as a removal spell. So I think I'm just going to go land, play Fable here, pass over to you, and then the following turn will Cruelty of Gix him. But I think I would rather have this as a removal spell. He can just like -1, make a 2/2 block. It's just not good. Especially with Fable in play now. Like, I'm threatening the clone, and I can actually do it a turn sooner than he might expect because of the Bitter Reunion. So Kind of cool. Start sniping things off the table. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Rude. Very, very rude, opponent. Very, very rude, man. Don't like that. Do not like that at all, opponent. It's disgusting. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at his hand. Hey, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. We are having a pretty good one. Not too bad. Take a look at his hand. Okay, he's got Iganjo, Wedding Announcement. Okay, no attacks for me. Understood. I might actually kill this. His hand is bad enough that I just do not want that to stay in play. I also could attack with this to just get a mana. Then he just gets to Iganjo. Oh, you know what? I can actually make it so the Iganjo's not usable here. Yeah, so let's do this. Let's kill this. No card draw, please. I don't need you drawing cards. And then I attack at the Wandering Emperor here. And then he can trade, but that's fine. I just get a mana and get a thing off the board. It's just a win for me all day. And we'll see what I tutor next turn. Tutoring Atraxa is sweet with the Bitter Reunion. I can pitch it and then reanimate it to the Cruelty of Gix. But we have other options too. I could also just like go get Soul Transfer and then remove the Wandering Emperor and get Harvester back. It's probably a lot worse. I don't know. We'll figure out what to tutor here in a sec. He doesn't play the Wedding Announcement. Why would he not play the Wedding Announcement there? That is psychotic. Alright, I'm gonna go get Atraxa. Yeah. No way I'm not getting Atraxa here. Okay. So now I probably go. How do the sagas work? Can I stack them in the order that I want them to happen in? So could I Fable discard before using the Cruelty of Gix? I don't actually know how that works. I guess let's do this. This is, like, very free. I think that is how that works. I'm pretty sure I can stack them the way I want them to resolve. Okay, play a Fable. Yeah, maybe just gonna hold that land in my hand. Maybe not, though. I'm kind of fine with hitting my land drops, honestly. Yeah, I'm fine with hitting my land drops. We don't need to miss a land here for no reason. I guess I also just have the blood. I can put the Atraxa in with the blood as well. It's so strange that they did not play Wedding Announcement there. I really don't understand at all why you would not do that. Okay. Okay. I will block their farmhand here if they let me, I think. Okay. So I could buy back his Loran. So I don't even have to pitch my Atraxa. I can just hardcast my Atraxa. So I think I'm going to buy back his Loran and blow up his wedding announcement. That seems kind of real to me. And then I just attack the Wandering Emperor here and then just hardcast the Atraxa. That way I don't get blown out by anything stupid. Destroy Evil, I guess. Yeah, Destroy Evil here would be really annoying. I'm just not going to pitch. Just do not have to do that at all. Wait, what? Okay, whatever. Full control, okay. Okay, gotcha. Well, fortunately, I changed my tune as to what I was doing here anyway. I was going to Lorant. I guess maybe that's why he didn't play it before. Just going to pitch this. Don't need that at all. Big score. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Combat. So he gets to block flip. It's kind of annoying. Sure. You gain 4 life. I'll play an Atraxa now. Alright. White Source seems awesome. Abrade seems awesome. Corpse Appraiser seems awesome. Bankbuster seems awesome. Let's play a land. Let's kill your 4-2. Go. Sure. Sure. That is acceptable. Okay, you get some guys. Okay, I'm going to play a Corpse Appraiser. Eat one of his things. Put one of those into your hand. I've got white, blue, black. I don't have green yet, but I can have green. Or I could just take the land. I could also... Oh, you know what? No, okay, here we go. We take this, then we play this. We give everything haste. Then we use Kiki to clone the Blood Tithe. This deck is disgusting. Love this deck. Alright, clone this. So good, man. So disgusting. Oh, I love it. Love this deck. Alright, let's do that. Let's bring those in. Let's bring these in. Bring these in. This deck is ludicrous. It really is, isn't it? Okay. I certainly want to cut these. Maybe I'm supposed to leave the Cruelty in. Cruelty's, like, more debatable. I think last time we cut Blood Tides. It's possible I'm just not supposed to bring in Bankbuster. If I leave in Blood Tithe, Fable gets a lot better. But Bankbuster seems important. Bankbuster is really important when you're leaving up all these counters all the time, too. Kaito has been feeling kind of bad. We just get behind them all the time, so it's, like, very awkward. Last time I cut Abrades. And then I think we trimmed 2 Appraiser last time. Or did we just cut the Cruelty? Maybe we just cut the Cruelty. I don't know. I feel like I left it in, maybe? I think I should leave it in because it can tutor Brotherhoods in, too. What if we just do this? Just down 2 of those. Okay, opponents just... They're off it. They are off it. They said, screw this format. I hate Atraxa. I'm sick of this. Now Grixis is playing it too. It just can't escape. Atraxa is just everywhere. It is Atraxa's format, and we're all living in it now. Okay. Well, I'll take my win. Healthy format. Yeah, I agree. Everybody plays Fable and Atraxa. It's where every deck starts. 4 Fable, 3 or 4 Atraxa. Then where do we go from there? We'll keep this. Desert Diamonds. It should be on the left side of your screen, the cardboard live link. Here comes the ban hammer. If anything gets banned, it would be Fable. Fable is the only card I could see maybe getting banned out of Standard. It would actually... I do not think it would be Atraxa. And the reasoning for that is, like... Fable's a huge enabler for it. You, like, lose a massive piece if you lose that. So I think that is pretty relevant and important, but... Okay, killing my creature, huh? Oh, they're doing this deck. They're on the Pro Lift deck. Okay, that was an amazing draw. Perfect draw. Just good deck building. They play counters, so I'm probably just getting rid of big score, but we'll see. Everything's Atraxa, always has been. Yeah, pretty much, man. Oh, Lily of the Veil. Come on, dude. That's not fun. It's boring. Lily of the Veil. Alright, well... We could resolve a big score if we get an untapped land. I don't know how deep control he is, but I kind of just want to pitch these. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. It's a little greedy, but... I'll play another Fable, why not? Go. Sure. Get another counter on your Lily so you can Edict me again? That's kind of annoying. Blue-black Liliana poison control deck? Yeah, pretty much. It's hilarious. Oh, dude. Wait. Oh, so he can minus it and then still have Lily? Sure. Feels like a bit of a spew on that Whisper of the Dross there, but... Alright, discard this and discard... Probably big score now. Really want to play a blue spell here. There we go. I think I'm just going to Kaito. Start drawing cards. Let's see how his control deck handles a Planeswalker in play. The No One Left Behind is really messed up here too. Draw a card. Go. Okay. Kaito, a pretty nice little counter to that Liliana. So is this Atraxa in my hand. Sure. Gets to Edict me again. This is freaking annoying, dude. Holy crap. Like, it's fine. We're gonna be able to beat it just fine, I think. Like, we're just gonna No One Left Behind in Atraxa here very, very soon. We also have Corpse. I mean, our hand's excellent. So, oh, that's rude of you. Alright, so he pluses. I'll pitch another Atraxa, I guess. He's just feeding my graveyard. He's discarding real cards. I'm just discarding stuff I want to... Oh, okay. Sneaky. Sneaky guy. I get to eat that, though, which we're probably going to do. Let's just draw another card. Well, we could also Atraxa. Although, I really just kind of want to Corpse Appraise this. This card is so annoying. Just dealing with it forever seems great. I think I'm going to be patient on the Atraxa. Ooh, buddy. Alright, we'll take another way to reanimate Atraxa. Why not? Play this. Go. I actually sack the reflection here, as weird as that is. Guess if I... it's like really interesting. Nah, we'll sack this. That's fine. Vraska's fall. Do I get to pick? Well, if I keep the reflection, I get to kill the Liliana. So I'd probably just lose the Kaito here. The concern is the Kaito just gives me so much inevitability. But yeah, I'll sack this. I'm not thrilled about that at all. Especially if he has like land counterspell, but yeah, they're definitely the poison control deck for sure. I think his deck's sweet. I mean, he's 88%, so he's not doing great with it. I mean, imagine trying to play a poison control deck when you can just put Atraxa into play. But to be fair, I do think their deck is good. I actually think the blue-black deck is good, despite me, you know, kind of bashing it here. Okay, that enters tapped. That's amazing. Combat. I'm gonna try killing your Liliana now. And then I'm going to Atraxa you. I think I want to No One Left Behind first. Okay, we'll take No One Left Behind. We'll take a land that lets us cast future Atraxas. We'll take Blood Tithe, and we'll take Bankbuster. Go. Yep, that's about what I thought would happen there. Okay, so they have that stupid little bird, and they have that 1/3 guy usually too. Magic is Richard Garfield intended, yep, pretty much. Just cheating in 7/7s and drawing 4 cards, looking at the top 10 cards of our deck. I feel like Duress is really important here. Being able to see his counter spells. Negate to protect my spells might be relevant too. Magic is Hasbro's board of directors intended. Yeah. I think Big Score is probably garbage. Soul Transfer is probably very real. Exile is nice. Bankbusters are probably very real. Cut Down is just like more efficient than Go for the Throat. Now's where things get hard. I feel like Blood Tithe is pretty poor. So I might cut the Blood Tithes here. But at the same time, we need to pressure their deck. I can't just let them have all day, or they're going to kill me. Thank you very much, Hearsay TTV. Thank you. God, this deck's so hard to sideboard with, man. Regular Grixis is the same way. This is even harder because we need to like stay on the combo. I feel like the 6 removal spells are important. The Negate, the Duress, all the Bankbusters. I feel like Harvester is the worst card in my deck, but maybe I just like. What if I just cut Atraxa? What if I just like became normal Grixis? Is that real? Like, trim a few of these, trim one of these, and trim one of these. Let's just do that, I guess. Just do some trimming. Oh, Hearsay, that's an interesting idea, yeah. So what we're what we're really doing here, this is basically just the Grixis deck that's been really good in Standard for months. Just throwing the Atraxa combo in it. So that's kind of what we're up to here. This is a horrible hand. We're gonna mulligan that. All right, this hand's good enough. It's good enough. It's gonna lose to a 2-drop creature real hard though. I feel like I want the mana to cast Atraxa, so I think I do it this way. Okay. Well, if we can find a kill spell for the bird, that would be amazing. Okay, he doesn't have the bird. That's huge. I want to leave up negate here. Maybe if he has that poison draw card spell, I would just counter it. All his prolift spells don't do anything at that point. All right, we'll leave up negate. Also gets a Liliana if he has one. Liliana, negate. None of that, please. Fable, go. Arena. This guy is playing Phyrexian Arena. That's pretty sick. I actually don't really need another Xander's Lounge at all, so just gonna pitch it. Still would like an untapped land, I think. Let's just do this. God, that's awful draws. Holy crap. Alright, combat, attack. We're in big trouble. The Arena here is gonna beat me up real bad. Go. Yeah, beating this is going to be extremely difficult, to say the least. I think I just have to cycle this, like, even though it's bad that I can't hardcast Atraxa, but I have to dig, or our hand just does nothing. Yeah. The river. Yeah, sadly, that is going to resolve. Cyclist. Can't kill my guy and Prolif, I don't think. Oh my god. I forgot about Serum Snare. That is sick. Oh my god, and then I drew in negates. That is just so bad on my part. I forgot about this card existing. I was like, oh, he can't use any sort of instant to Prolif here. I'm thinking about the neg4 spell. Yeah, I mean, we are just so dead. That's rough. We'll keep playing, I guess, but really hate where this is at. I'm just going to put this into play. I think I can really afford to wait on it. Go ahead. I'll negate that. Sure. Bounces my Fable back. That seems a-okay to me. If there were ever a way my opponent could find a way to lose this game, it would be bouncing Fable of the Mirror back to my hand. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of this little guy. Play Fable. Hit you for 3. Go. Still, though, this arena is just, I mean, it's just burying me so hard. Blast Zone? Okay. That's interesting. Absolutely not. Why would... What? Dude, you have an arena. Why are you conceding? Okay. Whatever, man. I'll take it. I think he was miles ahead, but apparently he's too frustrated to keep playing, so I'm in. Guy just likes running his spells into the gate and getting angry. D Pizzle 91, thank you very much. Appreciate it, dude. That was weak. He was like literally ahead. It's just ridiculous. All right, this hand's awesome. Keeping this. This on turn 1. Black Cleave into Dark Slick. Who knows, Newgrange? Probably some number of them, that's for sure. It's not my fault that we know how to make a sweet deck on this stream. I don't know. We don't always build busted decks, but when we do, when we're not screwing around and actually trying to win, we can make a good deck. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay. Combat 3. Oh, no cut down here. Awesome. Fable, go. The Mirrex. Okay, I'm just gonna abrade the token and hit him for a lot. Big score seems kind of unnecessary. Another thing I could do, so he's playing the 5-color build of Atraxa here. Go for the throat might suck. I might actually pitch this, and maybe I pitch the tap land. A little greedy to pitch it. Could also just pitch the big score. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to pitch the big score. I don't know. Maybe that's ridiculous. What if I just don't pitch? It's like a world where I don't pitch, because this like covers if he has Shieldred or something. I'm just not going to pitch. I think a pitch here is probably unnecessary. Let's just hit him for 5 and move on. Kaito's kind of a nice answer to Atraxa, too. Just being able to plus on it and not allow it to attack or block is pretty good. Pitches 2 lands, sure. Sure. So I'm kind of assuming a Leyline's Binding maybe for this token. We'll see, though. Not an awful draw, not a great draw either. Combat. Binding the token. Yeah, makes sense. Sure. I'm going to play Kaito in 0. So start drawing cards. That's absurd. Go. Strangling my Kaito? Be pretty rude. Maybe I should have plussed, I guess. Wait, what? That card can go at walkers? Are you kidding me? Oh. Can taking? That sounds interesting. I could buy it. I could buy that being good. Alright, well that was a really tilting turn. I'm just going to cruelty him now, though. Aren't really any good creatures to buy back, unfortunately, but I get to tutor and then pitch, so... And if he has an Atraxa, I just get to rip that, so... Okay. Well, we have mana to hardcast Atraxa now, so... He better find an answer to this real quick, or he's just getting Atraxa'd. The good news is Reflection is not all that good in their deck. It doesn't actually clone that much. Yeah, the Cruelty, we're playing 2 Cruelty and then 2 of the Sorcery that pro-lifts, just so we have a higher hit percentage on the Atraxa. Because you don't want to play 4 Cruelty, because you always want to hit your, like, 2-mana enchantment. Okay, that's kind of annoying. I mean, I say that's kind of annoying, as I'm going to Atraxa my opponent here, but... Probably going to Atraxa them. I can't really think of anything better than this. Yeah. I'm going to have to use a treasure here either way, so I may as well just do it now. We'll take the green source so we can cast more Atraxas. We'll take the Atraxa. We'll take the Cruelty, probably. And we'll take... the Abrade, I guess. No, probably go for the Throat. Probably the 4 we want. What I don't like about this is... Well, I can double spell. Yeah, we're just going to do this. We're just going to... That's a lot of non-lands. Yeah, I agree. It sure is. Yep, he has 1, 2. Kami War, sure. Yeah, I wonder if I should have taken the haste enchantment. May have been good, but oh well. But yeah, can't taking. We've been testing this all day. I got beat by a Jund build last night on that white version, and so that kind of got me thinking about this. Okay, so first, I mean, I'm gonna do this, so let's just pop that right off. Get a hit in for 7 here. I think I'm just going to have to get the Blood Tithe back. Yeah, I am. Okay, that's fine. I guess I was going to say I could buy one of their things back, but they don't really have anything to buy. I guess I could just do this to do this and get the trigger. I guess that makes sense, right? Just get 1,000 cards. Okay. We'll keep the one that can actually attack, but we still get to trigger. Alright, no one left behind. Bitter Reunion, Corpse Appraiser, and Shattered... probably Otawara, I guess. I don't want to play Otawara as a land here. Let's just take that. Okay, let's just make sure we leave up a removal spell for my guy. Play Corpse Appraiser, eat his Atraxa. Just gonna take the land. Combat. Yeah, Prazer's disgusting in this matchup for sure. Alright, move to discard. Yeah, I mean, there are just so many ways to build Atraxa. It's ridiculous. This card is so broken, it's just completely insane. Pitch Lounge. Probably a big score. I think I like having lands. Let's just do this. Go ahead. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 mana. So I can't play and haste this yet, but in 2 turns I can play and haste this. He could go for the Blue Sun's Twilight, but then I just kill my own guy. And then he loses the game. Okay, this... I think I can kill my opponent now. So they try to eat my Atraxa. I kill my own Atraxa. And then I can reanimate it and haste it. Which I think I'm into. That's kind of funny, can taking, yeah. Let's take another untapped land, I guess. Play Bitter Reunion. Probably a land, right? I assume. Activate. He's just looking at my deck. I think he's dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. All right. We got him there. Now we get to bring in all our counters. Negates and strokes, both. So he's going to have a lot of bank busters and stuff, I feel like. I definitely want some amount of removal. I don't know if I like Duress. I like Soul Transfer. I'm trying to think if I like Brotherhood's End, but I don't know that I do. Big score, again, probably just not necessary. This is really bad against all the Strangles he might leave in. This is also terrible against Strangles, so I'm probably going to cut it. I think we just cut all these and bring in the other 3 Bank Busters and call it good. Something like this. We're going to try this. That's very true, can taking, yeah. Yeah, we'll keep this. It counters Fable, I'm in. Gonna be weak to a Bank Buster, which scares me, but here we go. Okay. Well, he didn't do it. I'm just gonna pass. Not gonna let him Fable me here. Now, oh, what a rip. Not a better draw on the deck there. Well, fortunately, he's the one on the back foot. Well, the negate there is nice. I'm going to pitch this. That might be the only thing I pitch. Takanuma, I mean, I want to hit lands. I think that's all I'm going to pitch. Okay. To you. Could just play a 3-3 to get in the way, but then he could strangle. So he could then negate that. I could just play this. I can't actually tell if attacking was good there. I think it was to get the treasure. But he's a much better treasure deck, I think, than we are. Just kind of interesting to think about. Bank and hold up counter, yeah. Yep. No discard at all. No discard. Okay. That's very interesting. That's disgusting. Okay. It's a really good thing to copy with Fable, too. Gosh. Sure. Draw a card. Okay, I'm going to play one just to get it down. Get a blocker out there. Go. Yeah, him get to larcenist me every single turn is disgusting. Alright, that resolves. You miss. Good try. He clearly values the treasure a lot here. Sort of removal spell in the Corpse Appraiser. Dude, this card is so stupid, man. Alright. This is definitely a reason to play green, I'll tell you what. That is a effed up card. We're still in really good shape, but oh yeah, now we're really cooking. Now we're cooking even more. Let's draw a card. Fable. What do I think of Fable? It's like kind of good, right? Just play land, play Fable. Artifact, instant, or sorcery, so that can't hit Bitter Reunion. Oh, I can also just Corpse Appraiser my Corpse Appraiser. That might be better, because that puts a good blocker in the way for that. I like that a lot more. Put one of these into your hand. We'll take the Soul Transfer. No, he can eat that. I guess we take this one. He can't Larcenous that. Go. Sure. You will get no cards. Congratulations. Imagine getting to look at 5 and missing on all of them. Pretty nice. Atraxa's coming for you, opponent. It's coming. Although he could have a counter spell, I guess that's totally possible, but... Sure. I'm a little afraid of a counter spell, but I don't even... Do they play counters in this deck? I really don't know if they do. They might not. Oh, God. Alright, now I want to leave up Stroke. 100% as Stroke. Okay. Well, what if we do this, then? What if we play this, just pitch the Atraxa, and then Corpse Appraise it? Is that real? Because we'd also ditch the other Bitter Reunion and just play a Fable. That's kind of real. I think I just do that. Okay. Sorry to make me scared. No, I mean, it's okay. We'll just give it haste next turn, right? It's not the end of the world. Could have played the tap land there, but I think I like not using a treasure. Crew this. Combat 7U. Sure, take 7. Go. I think we're like winning the race right now, though, by quite a bit, to be honest. Let's see what happens. Yep. I guess the fact that he gets to take the Stroke is pretty concerning. He can, right? He has to send his Goblin. He has a treasure. He can. He taps out to do it. We get to resolve ours, but... but the problem is, right, if he... Yeah, I mean, I guess... Let's see, he can Atraxa us back. I am going to trade 2/2s here. I assume he will send the 2/2 for the mana. think we are going to get Atraxa, which is obviously very scary, but here we are. No Atraxa. Wow, okay. Wow, wow, wow. That is insane. I'm going to pitch. Alright, so if we think he has stroke, I should just pitch this and frickin' eat it with Corpse Appraiser. But, I mean, I guess we, like, make him have it. Do we just have lethal without Atraxa? Oh, yeah, we give it haste and then crew. Yeah, we do. So I'm just going to pitch the Atraxa, I guess. Well, I guess I could still keep it as a backup plan. I'm going to pitch the 2 lands. Kind of sad we don't have... Go Atraxa, he counters the Atraxa. I'm just going to play this and go for the win, I guess. Ten. Oh my god, is that unleash crap? Oh, go for the throat? Sure, that's fine. Go. So you can use the Atraxa defense. He can use the Larcenist defensively. It's a really interesting game. Really interesting game. I know it does, yeah. That's true. I mean, that is what it does. You just get to look at 11 cards to find Bitter Reunion. We feel like he has a counterspell, though, is how we played this entire game. So, oh, okay. That isn't actually very good here at all. I guess it... What do? Flicker the 1-1? Oh, you just make a 2-2? Okay. So he has 3 blockers. I have 3 attack. Okay, so he's not dead. He's dead with that attack. He just killed himself. Wow. Alright, opponent actually just killed themselves. I have 2 Bank Busters to attack with. Yeah, because I get to crew with this. He knows that. What an idiot. Alright, we'll draw a card, I guess. Okay. Yeah, just a horrible play. Awful play from our opponent. Dreadfully bad. Such an interesting game, too, so it's really too bad, but... Sure, you've cloned your guy and you've left yourself dead on board. Good game. Sure. Wait. Oh my god, I clicked. We're still good, but I clicked through my main phase here. Because he cloned something I didn't think he would. Whatever. Bounce this, kill you. Yeah, it was. Thank God we drew that Otawara. It's because he cloned the wrong thing, too. Nothing he did made any sense. It's just the dumbest sequence I think I've ever seen. I was expecting to have to respond to a trigger, so I was expecting to have to click through it. I mean, seriously, what is he doing? Why would you not clone the Larcenist in the draw step? That's like why it's disgusting, is you could just like draw step Larcenist people. I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. People out here just cloning 2/2 double strikes. And leaving themselves dead on board. I'm into this deck, man. This deck is nice. This deck is very nice. Be testing this one a lot in preparation for San Diego, I'll tell you what. If y'all could do me a favor and maybe keep it a little bit on the DL. I think this is actually like a super legit deck. Which I guess isn't really saying that much. We took what was arguably the best deck in Standard from last season, and we just threw the Atraxa combo in that deck. Yeah, can taking. I do think this is actually likely the best way to build the deck. I'm going to keep this. It doesn't have blue mana, but it will, once we find blue mana, it actually just casts Atraxa. But we also just, like, have a Braid into Fable. Oh, well, that's great. I'm going to do that. Whoa! That's rude, man. Oh, sure, Desert Diamond. Sorry about that. Yeah, that... Ooh, that's not a bad draw, actually. What did he take? My Fable? I don't really want to bid a reunion yet, though, as weird as that is. I don't know what I don't want. So we'll get a little more information here. Okay, we'll kill your 2/2. Alright, sounds good, man. That's good. Alright, well, we hit our blue mana. That's nice. I still don't really know what I want, so I'm just gonna play this. If there's any world where I'm supposed to just play the Corpse Appraiser as a 3/3 here, it makes me really sad to do that. I could also, I guess... God, is that a real play? That might actually be a real play. I kind of just want to use my mana here. Yeah, I hate doing nothing with my mana. I'm going to play this. Obviously, I'm not thrilled to just jam a 3/3 there for no reason, but if I don't use my mana, we can't do anything with our mana at all, and then our opponent can just play literally anything, and then we're just way behind. Because I want a big score next turn, like, certainly. The good news is, if the Appraiser, like, dies, we will have Enchantment and Artifacts. A Soul Transfer can just buy it back and remove a threat. So that's kind of nice. 2 Brotherhood's Ends. Okay, interesting. That's kind of cool. Main deck Brotherhood's End. I respect that. Dig it. Graveyard Trespasser. Okay, that's an annoying one. Oh, alright, well, we can deal with it later. Play this. think I just sit back, and then I just need to main phase the big score here. And I think I'm going to pitch the Bitter Reunion? Maybe? I like having the kill spells here. They're, like, actively good. Yeah. Okay. Good. Sure, that's frickin' annoying. Sure. Okay. Opponent was not an idiot. Hate it when that happens. I mean, I guess I just do this. I just do this. This. And we probably go for the throat here. This is mana inefficient, but we can maybe get more out of this transfer later. So... Yep. The good news is I think we'll be favored post-board. I'm wondering if he's just playing black-red. So far, there's been no green. I think he's just playing this as a red-black duel. This is just normal red-black. Fairly certain. Sure. That is A-okay with me. I will block your trespasser. That means he has another one, I guess? Almost certainly. It's fine. Okay. Rakdos. Yeah, that... You're better against the aggro decks with Rakdos, I think, but you're just worse overall as a deck. Like, imagine playing this instead of Corpse Appraiser. It's just disgusting. I'm going to blood away my Black Cleave here. Okay, come on, Atraxa. Give me an Atraxa, baby. I'm going to cast a big score. Let's try and find the Atraxa. Getting close, hopefully, at some point. Corpse Appraiser's pretty screwed up here. Definitely willing to lose 2 treasures to Corpse Appraise this. Yeah, certainly. Which one's better? Corpse Appraiser, Graveyard Trespasser. Hard to say. Put one into your hand, huh? We'll take another kill spell, I guess. Someday we'll find an Atraxa. Maybe. No attacks. We're just going to sit back. I'm definitely on the defensive right now. Looks like he might be using blood. Okay. Sure. Yeah, Corpse Appraiser is just insane, man. This card is so strong. It's pretty much the only reason these decks are blue, and to get counter spells, obviously, but... I was about to say, I will gladly block. Okay. So flips his guy. Huh. Is there any world where I just get aggro here and just go like kill your guy, pitch land, kill your guy, 6 you? It's like kind of real. We can certainly get more value off my cards though. I could just wait. You know what? I'm just gonna forget that. I'm just gonna wait. I just do not have to play that way. Yes, I did. I did win that last match. Can we ever turn Graveyard Shift on? I don't know. I don't even know what that does, if I'm being honest. Spell is Flash. So that one is also interesting, but I think being able to hit your opponent's graveyard in this format is going to be insanely important if everybody's trying to cheat Atraxas into play, right? Kind of my thinking, at least. Okay, I'm going to... Do I just blind Takanuma? It's like kind of greedy, but gets me much closer to the Atraxa. Like, if I hit Atraxa, I just win the game. Like, just stone cold win. We have, like, quite a few hits, too. We've only exiled 2. We've only seen 1, 2, 3 creatures the whole game so far. Can also hit the Kaito. I think I'm going to do it. I don't know. It's obviously a little dangerous, but I'm willing to play with fire a little bit here. Yuck. Alright, I mean, that's a real card, I guess. But to be fair, I mean, this is a good game. This is a good example of a game where, like, obviously the cruelty of Gix would have been so much better than this. This one can too. Oh, you're right. I thought this could return from either graveyard. Oh, wait, we changed that. No, there is one in the new set, but somebody talked me into playing No One Left Behind instead. But the one in the new set that proliferates can return from your opponent's yard as well. Desert Diamonds, that's awesome. I'm glad you like it, man. That's cool. Okay. That's an interesting one there. That's the one. Vat Emergence, yes. Okay. How do we want to do this? I just want to go, like... Would I just go triple block here? I kind of like triple block here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That way he would have to have 2 removal spells, and then I'd still just get to kill this. And then I might go for the throat this as well. I think I'm going to because I have the soul transfer specifically. But I have to wait for damage to happen. I can't risk him having some instant speed spell there. That's a nice play from him. It's really annoying how he did that. What is that? 3 graveyard trespassers now? This is getting a little ridiculous. Yeah, I should. Yeah, work on doing that tonight, I guess. Would be a terrible idea. You just ate both creatures there. Okay, my turn. God, dude. Yeah, diamonds, that would be a good idea. I will look into doing that. It's something I can do tonight. Oh god. All right, so if I could like kill this, pitching the black cleave. I think I just deal with the problem is then I can't beat a Shieldred ever. I'm gonna pop blood. I want to know what's going on. A little more. Go. Sure. Yeah, the concern about cashing in the soul transfer is that if I cash in the soul transfer, really, if I cash in the soul transfer, then I don't have an answer to Shelly. That had to have been an oops. He just neg-2'd that? Oh my god, that's abysmally poor. Alright, well, you have a chance of our opponent playing like that. That's for darn sure. Still in bad shape, but only a winnable game with him making plays like that. Okay, I'm just going to kill this and pitch card. That's 3 gluttons, so not many more left. I'm just going to chump block that with Corpse Appraiser, and then if he sends his 1-1, okay. I just chump here. Cannot afford to take the 4 because of Shieldred. Now I get to no one left behind that if he doesn't have the 4th threat, dude. Okay. Let's say, give me a break. Sure. Why would you not do that before combat? Okay. Like awful sequencing. Yeah, oh, our opponent played terribly. They couldn't have played that much worse. Now I get to buy this back and eat. Their trespasser, I guess. Interesting. We still have not seen an Atraxa. And we are 29 cards deep. Almost, I know this is wild. I almost want to take the land so I can double spell here and just get on the board. I think that's actually what I'm supposed to do, and then I could still hard cast Atraxa. I'm just going to hope that we can find one. The problem is, like, I need to be able to set up a double block here very badly. We're just under a ton of pressure. So I think this was right. So we're 32 cards deep and I've not seen an Atraxa. It's absolutely insane. Oh yeah, that's going to kill me. Pretty much. I mean, yeah, if he draws any creature to... Wait, what? Oh yeah, I didn't have an enchantment, sure. Yeah, I mean, that's... Whatever. We drew terribly that game. We saw 0 Atraxa and 32 cards, so... What are you going to do? Some games that'll happen, I guess. I'm going to bring these in against him for sure. I think this is good. Alright, I think Blood Tithe is awful. I think Abrade is, like, pretty mid. 4 Atraxa. Yeah, it's possible. Maybe. Could just play the 4th one over the Kaito, I guess. Kaito has been kind of whatever. I think the Kaito will be fairly reasonable here, but... I'm going to cut the No One Left Behinds. And, like, 1 big score, maybe. With all the Atraxas in my deck, that's probably poor. I could cut the Kaito, but I think it's kind of good. I guess we've got all the Bank Busters. Yeah, I could see playing 4 Atraxa for sure. Card's just completely broken. We just want it all the time, either in our graveyard or... Okay, I'm very into this hand. It's a little slow, that's the only problem with it, but I do still think it's a keep. Go ahead. No duress there is nice. Go ahead. Alright, well, first we need to draw a land. I'm not just going to play Corpse Appraiser for nothing this game. Refuse to do that, especially with a Go for the Throat available here. Fable. Okay, I really hate spewing a Go for the Throat on this. I don't think I'm supposed to. I'm just going to untap. That's a beautiful draw. We need an answer to Shieldred is why. Yep. Obnix. Well, thank God we have this Brotherhood's End. Okay. It's very rude of you, opponent. Very freaking rude, man. Mm-hmm. I'll take 2. Funny thing is, I like don't even know that I want to pitch the Atraxa here, as weird as that is, but just kind of putting it in the yard to get eat. It's like I kind of want to play a slower game here. If I just pitch the Corpse Appraiser, I kind of just want to pitch the Corpse Appraiser. We just hardcast this later. I think I kind of like that. The Atraxa thing sounds like a good way to just potentially lose the game. I'm just going to do this. This makes the most sense. Yeah, I'm just not trying to lose to all that garbage. Alright, another Brotherhood's End there is nice. So now I get to use this one pretty freely. Yeah, so I'm just going to kill the board here. Get rid of walkers, get rid of dudes. I'll take a damage and kill your Obnixiluses. Not hitting a land really sucks, but here we are. Okay. Okay, land drop there is nice. This is tough, man. This is a really tough game to figure out. We're certainly doing that. I'd likely, I guess, just play my own Fable. We'll see what he does from here. Sets up a really good soul transfer next turn. It doesn't give away that I have a Brotherhood's End. Which, unfortunately, just needs to hit creatures this game because I need the artifacts so I can cast Atraxa. We're in pretty bad shape. Their board state is significantly better than mine. Oh my god. Alright, sure. It's pretty annoying, but whatever. At least our hand is really good. It's the good news, I guess. A lot of fire in this hand. Sure. Sure? It'll let me soul transfer? Interesting. Okay. And lose your treasure? For card on Bankbuster? I mean, that just seems great for me. I don't know, maybe not, but seems pretty good to me. I'm happy with it. Okay, that's really nice. We're gonna do this. It's the obvious play. Okay. This is like a really easy attack for me, right? Super easy attack. I just attack, and then if he blocks, I just Brotherhood's End, kill the board. Yeah, I was about to say, it's like not even a good block at all. Toro's Proving Ground. So now I've got 6, 7. So I can now Atraxa into the haste enchantment next turn and then haste. One thing we could also do is I could just Cruelty of Gix, check out his hand, because it feels like to me, because I can just hardcast Atraxa whenever I draw a land now. I can actually just tutor a land and cast Atraxa next turn. It feels to me like he has another Shieldred with the way he played this. Taking the go for the throat was really suspicious. So I think I might just Cruelty of Gix. Kind of like that. Yeah, I'm going to look at his hand. I just feel like there's another Shieldred incoming. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but... Let's go ahead and take a look at your hand. Rip that Shieldred out of there. That I'm pretty sure you have. Oh, sure. Invoke, invoke, go for the throat. Okay. That's annoying, but whatever. Yep. Yep. I mean, I do want a tutor here, I think. Although I do lose 3 life to do it, so maybe I'd rather just keep a Fable. It's kind of interesting. Any creatures in any graveyards? No. I'm gonna sack this. We're under a lot of pressure. This is a very scary spot. Okay, now I don't need to tutor a land. So... what do I want? We're in some pretty big trouble here. This is not ideal at all. I did not know. I probably should have. I just thought that I didn't need them, I guess. I should have boarded some in instead of some number of Corpse Appraiser, probably. Another Atraxa or Cruelty. I think I need, like, cheap removal. I might just go get something weird like an Abrade. I really do not know what I'm supposed to get here at all. This is insane. The problem is he just gets to go for the throat me, like... I don't know, we're gonna do that. Took 3. So if I play Atraxa, I'm dead. I can't even play Atraxa. It's not even an option. It's like actually dead on board. A braid into Brotherhood's End? Yeah, probably. I think that's right. I think that is right. Yeah, the problem with this game and match here is that Corpse Appraiser just ended up being, like, really bad. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, we should have had counter spells for sure. It's just a mistake on my part. If you're casting Invoke, I should just have all my counters. Just blow that card out. Maybe just the usual cut a braid plan. Some number of Corpse Appraiser should have gone. Because I can probably assume he's cutting Blood Tithe Harvester. It's fine. We'll just have a better plan next time. It's bad boarding on my part. I think we can keep this, given that we're on the draw and we have... Yeah, this hand looks fine. Uh-oh, come on, deck. We play 26 of those. Let's draw some more. Vat of Rebirth. The heck? Alright. I don't know what he's doing with this, but... Fable. I think I just, unfortunately, need to abrade the token. It's just too busted. Cannot let him have all that mana. It does trigger the Vat, which sucks, but... Come on, dude. That is so stupid. We also have 4 Bitter Reunions, so we have like 30 draws that can play on 2 mana, and also more removal. It's ridiculous. It's such low odds to miss. Oh my god. Alright, that's probably going to kill me. So he's just doing the artifact thing. Okay, well, right on time. I'll play my Fable. Some pretty big trouble here. He just gets to keep plussing and drawing more cards. It's pretty annoying. Well, Brotherhood's End gonna be really good. Here's the good news. What does this do when it ults? Why did he just get to discard cards? What just happened? Well. I know he pro-lift, but why did that let him discard cards? Oh, because he pro-lift onto Fable. I see, okay. I'm gonna pitch these two. Wait, he has an Atraxa in his graveyard too? My goodness. So he's playing Atraxa artifacts? It's hilarious. Don't think we have time for big score this game. Oh my god, this is not real. Alright, hit your Atraxa. Atraxafax. Yeah, I mean, that was obviously good. Maybe should have taken the red land, but oh well. Yep. Oh, that's an Atraxa. Certainly. Certainly getting Atraxa here. It's the old hard cast Atraxa. That is really cool, yeah, I certainly agree. Oh, Kaito, alright. It's fine, I guess. Sure. Okay. You have to spend mana to do this, right? 3 mana? Sure. Okay. Alright. Not a terrible draw. I really want to get these walkers under pressure. Does this make flyers? Yes. We do not have a Brotherhood's End main, although I've thought about it. Having one main would be sick. I think we need to do this. So let's send it this. See if he probably just doesn't block. Let's go to 4. It's fine. So I can protect myself from the Vat of Rebirth, technically, but I just need to get on the board is the problem. I'm too far behind. I think I just need to play Fable here. Go ahead. God, dude, it's so disgusting. What is this? Toxrill? Oh my gosh. So this guy's all in on the reanimating. Oh my goodness. And he's Mondraking too? This guy's deck is wild. We're getting real slugged. We're getting Mondraked and slugged and reflected. And alright, that's... I've seen enough of that. That is disgusting what that guy just did to me. It should be illegal. Okay. Well... Yeah, that was... We did. I mean, yes, that did not help me at all. I feel like I definitely want Stroke against this. I probably want Negates as well. Brotherhood's Ends could matter. Yeah, their deck's really cool. I'm not going to act like it isn't. Very, very cool. Soul Transfer can get their walkers. I kind of like that. Yup. Very true. He's doing some wild stuff. It's still cool, though. Just go off maybe big score. If you go off big score, no one left behind. It's probably a lot weaker than Cruelty of Gix. could trim one of something else. Go for the throat, actually. It kills Mondrak, but he'll probably be able to make it indestructible. I think we want Soul Transfer. Yeah, Mondrak seems awesome. Their deck is really cool. I mean, it gets style points, if nothing else. I'm actually going to cut this, and we're either going to leave in Kaito or No One Left Behind. You want Harvester to pressure their walkers. I don't know. Bankbuster might be better than Harvester. That's like kind of close. I'm going to try the Kaito. I feel like on the play we should be able to leverage the Kaito in theory. Also kind of an answer to Mondrak in a way. This makes it so I don't have to block it all the time. Yeah, we'll keep this. I'm not thrilled about this, but I think it is a keep. A reluctant one, but... Definitely wish that was a bank buster right now, but it's okay, I guess. Urabrask's Forge. I'll just abrade that, I guess. So set a stop. That card would become a huge problem. That's actually awesome with Mondrak, too. His deck is really neat. I'll certainly give him that. Alright, well, at least these Blood Tides pressure. It's like maybe better than Bankbuster at the end of the day. Just really depends what he's doing. No. That's kind of nice. Combat, 3U. This game, we're going to hopefully see why Blood Tide's good, is it just puts your opponent on such a quick clock. Go ahead. Nope. So I can blood one of these away and then play the other. It seems kind of real. It's been going really good, Zach. Really good. How are you doing, man? That's a little discouraging. We'll take the green one. Play that. Combat, 6 you go. Fortunately, he cannot cast Mondrak right now. Sure, that's a Fable, but he's very on the defensive. That's true, at least we're not drawing 3 lands. Yeah, that is very true. Alright, we can cast Mondrak now too, so that's also pretty cool. Oh my god, we're drawing bad, dude. Holy crap. JK, we're drawing 3 lands anyway. I know, man. Stupid. Zyphon, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you. You're a superstar. We need to try and be aggressive here, so let's just ditch that. Okay, that's good. Okay. He's going to take 9. Okay, take 9. Go. It's ambitious, to say the least. Okay. Oh god, he can play a Mondrak, but... okay. I mean, you get 2 treasures, but you have 1 blocker and 3 creatures here. He could have another Fable, I guess. The Fable would be a huge problem. He could just have double kill spell or something too, but... Drown an Ichor. Okay, that doesn't... oh, it flips that. Gross. I can force him to block. Let's do this. That was a great draw, obviously. Take Soul Transfer, Kaito, negate, Blackleaf Cliffs, I guess, because I still haven't played a land yet, and probably just Fable. Don't really need more Cruelty. Yeah, let's do that. Play this. I am just gonna attack both to force him to lose his reflection. Just gotta get that off the table. Cannot let that stick. Go ahead. Sure. Think I block this? Yeah, he can have deal damage effects. I'm still just gonna block. I don't care. Gain my 5, kill his guy. I feel like he's just gonna slam a... yep. Oh, we have a soul transfer, so we can deal with it. You can find an answer to ours, though. Drown doesn't do it. He's dead. One, two, three, four. Yeah, you're right. We should have done that instead of the Fable. Yeah, it's a good call. I agree, Walsh. Our opponent's just dead, though. None of these cards do anything. And he knows I have an answer to his Atraxa right here, so good luck. Okay, not even going to make me do it. How kind. All right, we're on the draw now, so I don't want this. And I still... Blood Tithe Harvester might just be good just to, like, kill his stuff and interact and pressure his walkers. I think I just need these. I think Bankbuster is not fast enough or good in this matchup. Like a Duress. Could maybe see a Duress. Could also see, like, Cut Down, Go for the Throat, just more removal. This one's cheap and efficient, which I kind of like. I'm going to bring in a Cut Down. I want like a cheap, efficient removal spell for some of the early stuff he puts into play, I think. Namely Fable. I mean, Fable's what I really want to be hitting, but... do I want to change anything else? Reunion for a Duress. Could maybe see that. I don't hate that idea. Sure, let's try that. I'm in. I am in. Well, we've got the Duress. I think I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this hand. I think it's okay. I just duress him on turn 1. I don't really... I guess Bankbuster doesn't really matter, though. No, I don't need to duress him on 1. Let's do this. Yeah, I certainly don't care. Alright, now I'm going to duress so he can't Fable me this turn. Okay, we'll take this Healy. Sure. Definitely want a Bitter Reunion here. I think I Bitter Reunion and pitch the Negate. Could be one of the Brotherhood's ends too, but then that kind of signals that I have another one. Negate's not castable right now, but it will be at some point. And could be a really important card. Just in general. Alright, I'm going to pitch one of these. He can... I don't care if he knows I have 2. Alright, play this. Go. Take 2. Okay. I'm just not going to commit anything. I'm going to leave Negate up for a while. Him getting to make toxic creatures is really tilting, but whatever. Play this. Go. What is this fuckery? Dude, it's just Grixis with messed up cards in it, man. Alright, we're going to negate that. That is immediately getting negated. Goodbye. It's us playing Grixis with Atraxa in it, dude. We've actually been doing really well with it. Okay, that's a nice draw. So I can just go blow up your vat, sweep your board, go. Yep. Yep, it's really good. Just FYI. You know, we've mostly been doing really well. Only as a sorcery. Yeah. Okay. Good. Next turn we get to Corpse Appraise that. Sure, that's a problem is what that is. That is not great for me. Play this. Trigger, eat this. Okay, I'm going to take a green source, I guess. Go. They really do, don't they? They really do. Be nice if they could hit good lands, like, you know, a white source, perhaps. I'll block. Yeah, we're just missing a white source. That's it. Get a white source, we can slam this bad boy. Drown and Ichor. God, that's fucking annoying. Alright. Crystal Grotto? Probably not. No. We could, like... If I were to play something like that, I would play the one that taps for all colors for... Well, no, that one wouldn't be good in this deck. Oh, God. Alright, I think we're probably pretty dead here. This Urabrask's Forge is just going to rock me. Might have been a little early on that Abrade, I guess. When I abraded the Vat. I don't know. Kaito, disaster. Just absolute disaster. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate it, man. We probably got a little too crazy with like cutting big scores and stuff. It's not a great way to cast Atraxa. I think if we're on the cast Atraxa plan, we need to be big scoring. Yeah, this is pretty much game over at this point. I'm gonna pack it in there. I think both our losses are, to me, just not sideboarding correctly. Not sure how we're supposed to sideboard there, but it needed to be different. It is, Zach. Yeah, it's a lot of standard right now, man. It's a lot of Atraxa-ing going on. All right, well, probably one more match here, chat. We're going to go a little over today. That's fine. I did not even realize it was 4:45 already. Time flies when you're having fun, you know? You're cheating Atraxa into play and casting Atraxa. It's a great time. All right, this hand is good. I'll lead on Shipwreck Marsh. I believe. I guess that's bad if I draw more fast lands. Oh god, mono blue? Yeah, I'm just actually going to do this. We drew another fast land too, so... I think our opponent might be on mono blue. You just miss a land? You just keep a one-lander? What? Okay. Play a Blood Tithe. Your turn. Can't Spell Pierce this one. Fading Hope? Embarrassing. Go ahead. Fading Hope it, please. Now I've got kill spells for your threats. Okay. Yesterday's meta. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. Oh, they did his land? He did it as land. I'm just going to keep casting Blood Tithe Harvester. Probably. Part of me is actually tempted now to cast the Bitter Reunion, because I don't discard until it's resolved. Courageous opponent. Yeah, I agree. Very courageous opponent. I really don't want him countering these. These are, like, very good removal spells. I'm going to do this. Let's cast the card I don't care about at all. Okay. Probably ditching Big Score here. Yeah, I don't really love Big Score against the blue deck. Treasures are nice, but let's just hit our land drops. Draw some cards, sure. Impulse. I guess I did forget that he could just Impulse. That's fine. I just don't want to walk Harvester into a 2-mana counter. It's going to be very important to have it as a removal spell in this hand. Okay, that's a nice draw. Let's play this. And let's play this. Okay, at least it wasn't Thirst. Another Impulse is whatever. Thirst would have been a huge problem for me. Sure. Okay, we'll cast Go for the Throat on that. Problem is, Slip out the back is, like, really disgusting here. I'm actually just gonna do nothing. Yeah, I'm not letting him slip. There's no way that's happening here. Kill this. Kill it again. Fading Hope. Nah. I mean, actually, you know what? That might actually be okay. Because then I can just go Fable Harvester. He does get a Scry. It's a little bit annoying. Nah. Let's just get it out of here while I know I can. We're going to play a Fable, I think. Or I could just go Harvester Proving Ground. Means I have all the colors I need to hardcast Atraxa. But I think Fable probably makes the most sense here. Thing is, I can always just play this and give it haste, so... Attacking with this also just lets me play Atraxa, so kind of real. Sure, I don't care about that one very much. Big score. I'm definitely pitching that. I just don't need it at all here. Probably the Haunted Ridge. Don't really need the Haunted Ridge either, right? It seems pretty free to just pitch these. Sure. Blood Tithe. Bitter Reunion. They're going to pitch the other Bitter Reunion here. Okay, nice. I'm going to play this. I'm just going to say go. No need to do anything right now. Kaito's a really good draw if he doesn't, like, find a real threat. Fading Hope, my guy. What is that? 3 Fading Hopes? It's a little bit annoying. Whatever, though. A huge deal. Sure. I'll take 5. Okay. Sure. Is 1 mana open here? 2 mana? First thing I think I'm going to do is just play a Kaito and make a Death Toucher. Seems quite good. Okay. Would have had to pay a lot of mana. I'd rather not do that, I think. I think I'd rather just make a Death Toucher. Just going to play my land. Because remember, I can give my stuff haste on his turn and clone the Death Toucher and just block them both and then not have to spew a bunch of value like that. Fear my opponent might not have either. We'll see. A little annoying if he has exactly the 4th Fading Hope, but that's like the only way he can interact. I'm not playing around it. If he has 4th copy, good for him. I'm not playing around a 4 of and 21 cards. It's unbelievable. Alright, block them both. Kill them both. I gain 4, you lose 4. Sure. Yes. Oh my god, that is insane. Alright, well, let's do that. Now you all get to see why I really love Corpse Appraiser and Kaito. Yeah, because now I get to clone it, attack, and then I get to return the clone every turn, so I'm double activating Kaito every single turn. Alright, opponent's had enough. And GG. GG indeed. Alright, that is going to be the end of it. We got lucky. Opponent just conceded immediately out of frustration. Please stop. Thank you very much. Appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. Nah, one more. Dude, it's 4:55. Julia's going to be home any second. Of course, yeah, of course I'll be playing more eventually tonight. I mean, I stayed up until 3 a.m. playing Standard last night, to be honest. You'll take 10 push-ups off the count. No. We're stopping it here. But we will play more Standard tomorrow, and we'll play a little bit more Pioneer tomorrow too. I think tomorrow I'm going to try Atraxa and Pioneer, and then we're going to play in Standard as well. But I think we're going to do Jeskai. I think I want to invoke Justice, but maybe we just Cruelty of Gix there too. Probably not, though. I think invoke Justice, because I want to invoke Justice, Ugins, and Dream Trawlers into play as well. So, yeah, I've heard that she's nuts in 4-color and Modern, actually. People are, like, playing it in Elementals or something ridiculous. Is what I've heard. That's, I don't know if that's 100% true, but I think someone was saying, like, a 1 of Atraxa and Kahira Elementals was really good. I have no idea, but kind of cool. Atraxa is probably going to change the way mid-range is played until something changes, because, like, I assume it's very good in Modern, too. If it resolves, you're just not losing. Or if it hits play, you're not losing. So, it's kind of gross. But, all right, everybody. Thanks a lot for hanging out today. We're going to go ahead